Have you ever asked yourself why it is the case that you wake up without wanting to get out of bed? Why throughout the day you're there like, oh, when you want to concentrate, you can't concentrate. When you want to read something, you have to read the same phrase 4 times. And when you want to do something, you have no motivation, you have low energy. And when you work out, it takes you so much time to recover. Have you ever asked yourself why? And the crazy thing, I think, is that most people literally live in that state. Literally, they go around like that, and for them it's normal. They don't even know why it is the case. And to get rid of not being motivated and low concentration, they take drugs like caffeine and Red Bull and all those things. But let me tell you that the best drug that you could literally take to get rid of that is sleep. And now, before kicking off, let me tell you that I was in that same situation just 2 weeks ago. But as soon as I started taking back control of my sleep through the 5 steps that I will be covering in this video, everything changed, bro. Everything changed. I jumped out of bed, bro, wanting to run up and down the Everest 5 times. I was concentrated like hell, reading fast, bro. My muscle recovery was fast, and my mood was much better. All of that only by prioritizing my sleep. Now you may be asking yourself, yeah, but who are you? My name is André Poneri, and my mission is to become the best, freest, and happiest version of myself, and to help you out on that same way. So if you as well are on your way towards becoming the best, freest, and happiest version of yourself, make sure to subscribe to not miss on the future value that I will give you. So now imagine that it has actually been past some time since I understood that I had to prioritize my sleep, that sleep was a very important thing. And I have literally been working the last year and literally also this year on improving my sleep. And it's crazy how much better you feel, but not only how much more productive, how much better results you get when you sleep like you were meant to sleep. Literally, just an example. I could go on for 50 minutes with examples, but I thought last year that I was at 79 kilograms. I couldn't get further. For 1, 2, 3 months, I couldn't get at 80, I thought maybe it's my max. Then I literally started sleeping 9 hours a day, or a night, I should say. In 2 weeks, I gained 3 kilograms like that of muscle just by improving my sleep. And as I said, I could go on with a lot of examples. But imagine, just 3-4 weeks ago, I was in Spain, and there my sleep schedule was because you can literally not order to eat before 8:30 in the evening, and then during the night everyone was partying, so there was a lot of noise. There were literally fireworks until 4 or 5 in the morning. Then at 6 in the morning there was the train passing, and it was hot, so I couldn't really sleep that well. And I didn't like that at all because I was feeling unmotivated, didn't want to get out of bed. My mood was also not really nice, and my recovery from workouts was and all those things. I had to reread phrases 4 times, bro. So literally, think about it. I literally got at home the next day. I had to go to the bank. There was a girl with which I had to do some things on a screen, and there were buttons where I had to click. But for 2 minutes, I thought that the screen was literally touch. So the girl had to tell me 5 times, bro, that the screen was not touched, that I had to use the buttons. So I was there, tag on the screen. No, you have to touch the buttons. Okay. On the buttons, then a few seconds afterwards, it was as if I had already forgotten it. Okay, trying on the screen. Why doesn't it yeah, you have to click the. Yeah, it's right, the buttons on the buttons. Then again on the screen like 5 times. Think about how dumb I was, and that was only because my sleep was. And in that moment, I thought, no, Andrea, we cannot go on like that. We cannot go on like that. I knew that I had to fix my sleep. The crazy thing, I think, is that most people go around like that, like every single day. Like a study literally tells that 1 out of 3 adults and 2 out of 3 teenagers are chronically sleep deprived. Go around like I was 2 weeks ago. And I think that must be the case because they don't know, or they don't remember how it is when you actually sleep like you are meant to sleep. How much more concentrated, motivated, how much better mood you have, how much more healthy you are, how much better you feel in your body, how much, like, it's crazy. compared to 2 weeks ago, now I feel like a superhuman, bro. And I only followed the 5 steps that I will be covering right now to fix my sleep. Step number 1. Now you may be asking yourself, okay, but how much should I sleep, Andrea? And personally, I sleep 10 hours. But studies shown that as an adult, about 8 should be alright, 7 to 8, and as a teenager, at least 9. But I know other people who sleep less and still are very healthy, very productive, and very happy. So it really depends from your specific physiology and from your specific situation. A mantra that I really like is, if you work hard, you have to sleep hard. So now you may be asking yourself, okay, but how do I know that I actually sleep enough? When I sleep enough, I get out of bed, not wanting to get back into bed. I want to jump out of it. I want to start a day and start doing the things that I actually plan to do. That is how to know that you actually slept enough. And what I recommend you to do here is to experiment with it. Try, let's say, 9 hours. How do I feel? Do I still feel tired? Maybe 9:30, maybe 10, I don't know. Maybe just 7. So you just have to play around with it. And if you can, the best thing that I have seen to see how much you should sleep is to go to sleep every single day at the same time, let's say at 9 or 10, and wake up naturally. For 1 week, do this, and you will see how much you should sleep. And then we actually get to the next step, step number 3. How do I actually make it work in my specific situation? And here, you can only schedule it in the right way when you have actually discovered how much you should sleep. So with the experiments of step number 2, you now know how much you should sleep to feel well, to feel productive, to have great energy and a lot of concentration. And now you just see at what time you should wake up, maybe for work, or when you should go to sleep because you have another thing, you work maybe at the evening time. So you have your sleeping time, you have when you have to wake up or when you have to go to sleep, and then you just add it or subtract it. And then you have the time that you should be going to sleep or should be waking up. That's it, bro. It's not that difficult, not at all. And ideally, what I've seen that works best, and which is the way that we were actually meant to do, because it's the most natural one, is to wake up and go to sleep with the sun. And that is very simply because we have kind of like an internal clock which works following the sun. So when you wake up and you look outside in the morning, you kind of set a clock which tells your mind and your body that after 12 to 14 hours you should start to feel tired. And when you see the sun going down, that's also another indicator to your mind to start feeling tired, you know? So ideally, that's the ideal. We go to sleep and wake up with the sun. Now you may be asking yourself, okay, but how can I make sure that I am actually tired when I actually want to go to sleep? Because maybe you calculated that you have to go to sleep at 9. But normally you're not tired 9 in the evening, right? So how can we actually get there at 9 being tired so that we sleep well and then we wake up at the right time? And here is how. As I said, your internal clock is regulated by the sun. So as soon as you wake up, go outside, and I'm not telling you to go and look straight the sun into the eyes. I wanted to say that. Go outside and look around so that you set your internal clock. And when the sun is going down, go outside and look at it. Obviously not straight again. Other tricks that work really well are to not drink energy drinks or coffee in the afternoon because they wake you up. Then to work out throughout the day, to do physical activity, but not too late, because otherwise it will wake you up. So at least 2 to 3 hours before going to sleep. Then to eat at least 2 to 3 hours before going to sleep, because otherwise you will be waking up. What else? This is a very important one, and this is actually connected with the thing of the sun and the internal clock. To not look at screens and blue lights and strong lights in general at the evening time before going to sleep. At least I would say 2 hours before going to sleep. That is because blue light is characteristic of the day. So when you look at your screen with strong blue light, you're telling your brain it's day. Wake up. And now you may be asking yourself, okay, but how do I actually have a good sleep? And many of the things that make you be tired at the evening time, like working out, eating not too late, and all those things, they actually improve also your sleep quality. A few other things that I have seen that work really well and that I actually learned from other people and the Huberman and other ones are to be in a dark and noiseless room, be on a comfortable mattress, and also to set your room temperature kind of cool, about 18 to 20 degrees Celsius. And now think about it. If you actually follow this step, you will actually no more be there tired, waking up with no motivation, not being concentrated, having to a slow recovery and all those things. That is at least what happened to me when I started prioritizing my sleep. Jumping out of bed, bro, full of motivation, concentrated as hell throughout the day, healthy, with a great mood and fast recovery and all those nice things that we actually want. And not only, following these 5 steps and really prioritizing my sleep also made me feel like I was kind of following my nature, you know, waking up with the sun and going to sleep with the sun and all those things. They made me feel as if I was actually doing the right thing, as if that is actually how I was meant to be. And I wish you the same thing. That is why I actually did this video. By the way, if this video actually helped you to become the best, freest and happiest version of yourself, make sure to subscribe to not miss on the future value that I will be sharing with you. And by the way, you will have the summary of this video in the description down below. So if you want to really design your sleep, start prioritizing it, because otherwise you have just wasted 10 minutes of your time watching this video. Go down there, check it out, and really start implementing. Anyways, we get now to this week's quote, which is that we will walk this way only once. Imagine your life is kind of like a path, and you will walk it only once, bro. So how do you want to act? Keeping this in mind, what do you want to say? How do you want to think? What do you want to think? How do you want to feel? You will only pass this way once, bro. Me too. Everyone will pass it only once. Think about that. Anyways, I wish you all the best and see you in the next video.